2K20 마이커리어 강백호 키우기 시카고 불스로 이적됐고요. 시작해보겠습니다. 아, 내 번호를 누가 쓰는구나.
You see the focus. You feel the energy. These guys are ready to go. Nightfall and the wind and nothing. Blazers. The players love him. Thank you, David. And here's the upcoming schedule for the Trailblazers.
오,
On
선발.
Wednesday, they'll be facing Steven Adams and the Oklahoma City
아,
Thunder.
내 번호 누가
Then
갖고
on
있는 거야?
Friday, they'll defend home court against the Chicago Bulls.
And for that game against
오,
the
이제
Kings,
진짜
it's the
슬램덩크랑
second
비슷하네.
game of a back-to-back, and you know they're going to be feeling the effects of it. Playing that much basketball in that short amount of time really takes a toll.
The starters for the Portland Trailblazers. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Anthony out there with Whiteside, and it's Ariza in at the 3 spot. And for the Bulls, Levine at the 2 with Porter at the 3. Wendell Carter is out there with Red Hot, and it's Dunn in at the 1. Steve, we still have players settling into the new season. When you were playing, did you typically start fast, or did it take a while for you to kind of find your rhythm?
Kevin, I think you're like this. I played 14 years. Those first 8, I got off to great starts. Those last 6, oh Lord, it looks like it was like my feet was in the sand. But usually you get going. The best time to really get going is at the end.
And Lillard kicks to Ariza. Passes it to Anthony. Lillard on top, beyond the arc. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Defeated by the Hornets in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
And really, I thought what was the difference in that game, offensive rebounding, or the lack thereof. A lot of one-and-dones in that game.
You know, you have to crash the glass on both sides of the floor, and they didn't get the job done in terms of creating second chance opportunities.
And gliding to the rim there, Ariza looking graceful on that move.
Inside,
아,
and stolen
진짜
by
빨리빨리
Lillard.
줘라.
And oh, here we go. Lillard's got it the
여기가
fastest chance. Count that one.
저기보다 더
Lillard's got
답답한데?
his second bucket of the night.
Tremendous effort getting the steal, then getting the ball up the court.
You know what? We see this time and time again. Turnovers lead
그렇지.
to a break, and then points at the other end.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Lets the 3 fly. Carter pulls it in.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
빨리.
Dunn passes to Red. Well, you know that Beats is very familiar with using top NBA talent to promote their products. Latest I've heard, they've signed on Shea to be the latest spokesman.
And Beats is tied so closely with the NBA as their official headphones partner.
Wow.
It just makes sense. You've seen guys like LeBron and Draymond and Harden all do Beats commercials, and in a short time, you'll add Shea to that impressive list.
Anthony. And that one is off. Now Chicago takes it the other way. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Portland.
And with this matchup being an East versus West affair, it'll be the first of only 2 meetings between the teams.
Very
야,
difficult game
시카고
to predict. They
불스에서가
are
더
not
환영받는
familiar
것
with each
같은데?
other. I expect to see a lot of in-game adjustments tonight on both sides.
And if you look at the stats for unassisted jump shot percentage, Lillard is always around the top. He can drain those pull-up jumpers as well as anybody in our league. And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
The rim protection at its finest. The result is the same whether you block the shot or simply change it. Well, last season, a season of change for the Bulls. They missed the playoffs with a 22-win season. And they did have a change of head coaches. Not the results many hope for going into the year.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland. Vinny, as you said, the Bulls were a pick by many to compete last season.
Yeah.
Bulls shooting their 4th shot at the foul line here.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
And that one misses. And it's Anthony with the ball for Portland. It's a 3-point game. The Oklahoma City Thunder will be in town for the next one. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. They've got Levine. Porter is out there with Red Hot. Then there's Valentine. And it's Carter in at the 5.
나이스.
So that's the 5
좋아,
in
좋아,
the
좋아.
game for Chicago. And the foul called on Hassan Whiteside. That is his first foul of the game. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far.
I'll tell you what, terrific
갑자기 패스
anticipation
주는데 안으로 왜
defensively.
뛰어들어가냐.
Tracked it
아,
all the way. That pass had no chance.
Back to McCollum. Anthony in the corner. And it comes off the front of the rim.
The defense was begging him to take that shot, and he took the bait, but you can't blame him.
He has a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew.
그렇지.
David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, there's
10득점.
not a lot of NBA players who come from Finland. Now there's Lauri Markkanen. Before him, there was Hanno
야, 시카고
Matula,
불스 와서
who was
만개하나요?
actually Lauri's high school coach. Markkanen is soft-spoken and family-focused, but he says everything starts from basketball. All the decisions I make
아,
are
저
based on if it helps me
뭐야, 쟤
on the
케이팅가
basketball
저거.
court. Kevin?
Terrific attitude. David, thanks. Pass to Red Hot. Bulls moving the ball around. It's
그렇지.
good. Now he's
아,
shooting
완벽하다.
6 for 7.
He's been a big factor in their offense tonight, making shot after shot.
따라잡을 수 있어요.
The pass to Trent. Back to McCollum. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
카터
And they've
중이야 저.
done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and
누가
getting the
드냐,
ball
저거.
in the paint.
The Trailblazers shooting their first free throw attempt on the night.
And how about as a group,
어?
80%
아, 우리가
on the
이기고
season,
있었구나.
one of their best attributes.
Pass to Porter. Now here's Valentine. Shot, high post. It's Chicago with another bucket.
Coming off a scoreless first quarter, he's found a little rhythm here. Boy, it was a tough year for Denzel Valentine, who missed last season with an injury. Needed to work on getting his ankle right, but glad to see him on the floor again.
Now here's McCollum. Defense is right there, and he makes that one. McCollum's got 5 points in the quarter.
2점
And
차
that's an element
간당간당하네.
McCollum brings to their offense, the ability to drain the
자,
outside shot.
클레빈
It stretches the defense
말고는
and makes them keep bodies on the
진짜
perimeter.
시카고에
And the
문제가
first
없잖아.
timeout of the game called for Chicago. And for Denzel Valentine, this team missed his versatility.
Valentine gives you a little bit of everything on the wing. May not score a ton, but he's a great playmaker and rebounder. A little bit like Draymond Green on the wing.
And the Bulls making a change here. Dunn's checked in.
노마크를
And the
줬는데
rebound
세상에.
battle split evenly thus far.
Cullen passes to Whiteside. He nails it.
아,
We're tied up.
막았는데.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Outside, Levine. To the paint. Here's Red Hot. And
와.
Whiteside sends it back.
Whiteside gives enough space, waits, elevates, quality block shot by the big fella.
And
중요한
great
순간에
hustle.
블락당했네.
Turn that block shot into a fast break opportunity. Big time play on both ends.
Down low. Here's Red Hot. And it's blocked by
아,
Whiteside.
저렇게 블락을 잘해?
Tries again. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Lillard with the ball. Nice D from Levine.
Out of character for him to miss that shot. Maybe just a little too casual there.
And a close game so far through the first.
Kevin, thanks. Coach, it's
Thanks so much, David. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. One of the stories here, Red Hot, getting it done today.
Yeah, and I don't know if anybody saw this offense coming from him, but it's been key for his team.
This is why you prepare. Get ready for the opportunity if it comes your way, because you may be asked to deliver.
On the court for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Anthony is out there with Trevor Ariza, and it's Whiteside in at the center position.
아니,
Steve, we're seeing teams around
아,
the league
이렇게
putting up a
패스를
lot
늦게 줘,
of three-point
라비.
shots. I'm sure you would have enjoyed playing in this era so much with that green light shooting three.
I would, Kevin. Getting a chance to shoot maybe 5 or 6 more three-point field goal attempts takes your numbers up. But I also think a lot of these teams are copycats. Everybody can't shoot the three. Work on your game and what's best for you.
No
아,
other way to put it, just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
답답하네 시카고 애들.
Dunn kicks to Porter. Back to Dunn. Outside Porter. To the middle. Here's Red Hot. Feeds it to Carter. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And even as a rookie,
야.
you can see that this is
주니어 조.
He's gone 1 of 1 in the game so far from the line.
And on the season, only shooting around
59대 45?
73%. So
더
not
벌어졌어.
necessarily where he'd like to be.
That free throw good from Anthony.
And they're drawing more whistles
15점
and
차네.
working
아,
their
이거
way
어떻게
to
따라가냐?
the line here in the second half.
Bulls trail by 15. Outside Porter. Back to Dunn. Carter outside. To end the run. A second chance effort. And it's
아.
Whiteside with the
파울
rebound.
아니야?
Whiteside's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy. And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And this is what happens when you start to break your opponent's spirit. The resistance is no longer there.
And they just can't find a way to end this thing.
너무
Nothing
못한다,
falling
시카고.
right now.
All you see is
And so it's the Portland Trailblazers out in front by 17 points at the end of the quarter. They've got their field goal percentage to thank for that. They've been hot from all over the floor tonight. And we'll be back with you shortly. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
Just true
18점
artistry
차이네.
right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
execution. This is what you practice every day. These guys are professionals. Beautiful play.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Levine at the 2 with Porter at the 3. Red Hot is out there with Wendell Carter. And it's Dunn in at point guard. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. Steps back and fires. Here's Red Hot. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. They get Hassan Whiteside. And he makes the first. Both free throws good from Red Hot. Trailblazers leading by 17.
14득점 했는데 와.
Trent passes to Ariza. Now McCollum. Pass to Trent. Clock at 6. Out to Anthony. The shot missing. So the Bulls will take it the other way.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
The shot's good from Red Hot.
The complete game of Otto Porter. Overplay him, and it's a good bet. He'll find the open man.
Here's Anthony. And the
아,
layup's good off the glass. And the Trailblazers lead by 17.
Allowing any room to operate, you know he's going to be aggressive.
To the paint. Here's Red Hot. That misses off the backboard.
Well, this is where he's inconsistent, and that can slow down your team's momentum.
Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
저
Sky
카터
high, one of his
주니어
advantages as a undersized
심각하네요.
forward.
Done outside.
아니,
Pass to Red Hot.
Ah.
It's stolen by Anthony.
빨리 주지.
And it's McCollum in the corner. From deep. And it's Chicago with the rebound. And the pass to Levine. Inside. Here's Red Hot. He
Wow.
can't hit that time. Good work defensively by Anthony. McCollum against Levine.
패스를 한 수백 번
McCollum
꼬려야
passes to
주네.
Whiteside. Baseline try. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Carter's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Here's Levine. It's hauled in by
라비.
Trent.
Coming out of halftime, he
걔한테
wanted to
패스 주면 안
start
되겠다.
strong, yet the opposite happened.
Ariza outside. Pass to Anthony. And Anthony gets double teamed. Trent gets the bucket.
And he is cold-blooded. Drops the dagger. Piles on to what was
야,
already
포틀랜드가
a big
근데 진짜
lead.
세네.
I mean, defensively, if you have any hope of coming back in this game, you can't afford to give him those looks.
Chicago calls timeout. So, if we take James Harden,
끝났네.
and so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. This their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what.
16득점. 점점 잘하고 있긴 한데.
Team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, David Aldridge, Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks.
Hey, fellas, keep it up, keep it up. Hey, you're the man, Jack. Keep it up, Jack. Keep doing you. We love you.
오, 얘도 드디어 강백호도 그게 생겼네.
Yo, Che, what's up? I want you to meet Chris. All right, he trains a lot of our guys in the
Oh,
offseason.
I know Chris, man. I follow you on Instagram. What's up?
Big fan of your game, Che.
For real?
Yeah, gotta respect someone that stands up for what's right.
Hey, I appreciate that, man.
So look, if you ever want to get in the gym, just hit me up. We can get to work.
For sure.
We got a lot of trust in Chris, all right? Use him. He's a good resource.
Will do, man. I'll take you up on that.
Appreciate the trust, Coach.
All right, guys.
Jay, any thoughts on the big trade? Can't be easy losing a teammate.
Well, it's not a fun part of the business. You know, you get close to these guys. You go through a lot together. But, you know, hopefully it helps our team in the long run. And we can put out a better product for our fans moving forward.
잘 됐지 뭐.
All right, guys. Anything else?
Nope. Thanks, Jay.
All right, cool. We cool.
오, 예전 친정팀과의 경기.
Traffic making its way across the Bay Bridge between San Francisco and Oakland, California. Greetings, everyone. Glad to have you here with us on this Wednesday night edition of... And now a chance. DA, it's... And for fantastic as always, David, thank you. Shea certainly had his ups and downs, Greg, along the way.
Well, ultimately, having to fight for a spot in this league may make him a better player. He's already been tested. And
밟아줘야죠.
Now let's take a look at the Bulls' opening lineup. Dunn and Levine are the guard set. Wendell Carter is out there with Red Hot, and it's Hutchinson in at the 3 spot. And for Golden State, Green down low with Looney.
아니,
Curry and Clay, the Splash
그렇지.
Brothers, in the backcourt. And it's Wiggins in at the small forward position. And against the Warriors, no lead is safe. They erase deficits, Bill, as you know, as quickly as any team we've seen.
사터 제가 좀 문제네.
You know, when I was growing up and when you were growing up and you were down 15 in the third quarter, it was almost insurmountable. Like you really had to have a lot of stuff going on. Yeah, now it's like you make 4 threes and you're down 3. And the Warriors are the best at that. They're the best three-point shooting team ever.
In the blink of an eye. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just incredible.
You're
how
up
they-
17 and you still don't feel safe, and that's just who they are.
And they don't blink. Like, they never, there's never
No.
panic, right? You never see panic.
Never. They're very comfortable with who they are.
Now done. Following the 3-point attempt by Andrew Wiggins. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. shooting their first free throws of the game.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%.
He's off on the second. Bill, some people feel Steph is already the second greatest point guard of all time. What would he need to do to pass Magic Johnson?
Well, he's not. I don't think he needs to pass to Oscar Robertson first, I would say, who was incredible and was the best guard of the 60s. I don't know if he's a point guard, I guess would be my big argument with that. I always look at Steph like he's just a guard. So if you're thinking about him in the context of the best guards ever, I think just doing what he's doing for 3-4 more years, now you start looking about him with Jerry West, Oscar Robertson, Kobe. I think Magic's a tough one because that guy was in the finals every single year.
All the time.
I thought he was one of the best 5 players I've ever seen in my lifetime. The flexibility he had, the ability to play any position, how much better he made his teammates.
You've got Magic top 5 all time, overall.
I had him 4th. In my book, I put him over Bird, which killed me, but he just had a couple more years than Bird did. Bird got injured. Bird basically had a 9-year run. I have LeBron past Magic at this point, but I still think Magic's in the top 5. And, is one of the great teammates of all time, too. I think him and Duncan will be remembered. And I think Curry's on this list, too. Those 3 guys are just great teammates. They made everybody better. They were completely unselfish and just cared about the team. And that was
나이스. 저기 쟤 또 저런 짓 하죠? 아, 저게 진짜 싫었어.
More and more guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
Levine looking around, 6 on the shot clock.
너무 안 한다고.
Over Thompson. They grab their own miss.
Fantastic positioning there to contest that one.
And this is what the really good defensive players do. They anticipate and they're rarely fooled.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And Chicago called for the foul.
아, 여기서 빠지면 안 되는데.
If you were just hired as a GM, which franchise would you model your approach after?
I really like what the Clippers did the last couple years when they realized they didn't have quite enough to win the title. And instead of just being beholden to being darn close but not quite, they actually blew it up and tried to figure out how to create cap space, find some young players,
and still stay competitive.
Build
so they kept the momentum of their franchise.
그렇지.
And they stumbled into a situation where they had a lot of flexibility no matter what. I think the Celtics before them did the same thing in the mid-2000s. They're just trying to find assets and figure it out on the fly. That's the approach I would use. I would never fully commit one way or the other to anything. The goal is to try to accumulate assets and figure out what you have. And I think the smartest teams do that.
So the Bulls 5 right now. Zach LaVine is out there with Valentine. Then there's Carter. Then there's Red Hot. And it's Hutchinson in at the 3 spot.
I'll tell you, he's trying to help them extend this lead, but it's been a tough night for him individually.
To the inside. Red Hot plays it up and banks it in.
좀 패스 좀 빨리
Red
줘라.
Hot's got 6 points. Bill, it's no secret that your heart lies in Boston. Just what was it like growing up in and around that area?
Well, it's definitely the reason I like sports as much as I do, because it's so sports obsessed. A lot of it is cold weather stuff, I feel like, where there's 5 months a year that just stink, and then there's 3 other months that, it's just smoking hot and humid. And so the sports makes everybody kind of crazy because you're crazy anyway. But there's nothing like being in Boston when something good's happening, like Celtics making an NBA playoff run, or the Bruins making a cup run.
허리
The
갑자기
Red
또
Sox
잘하네.
in September when the Yankees are coming to town, or the Saturday before a Patriots game. You can kind of feel it as the community of it. That's the difference between here and a place like LA.
It's formed you as a professional. Right?
Absolutely.
LaVine against Curry. LaVine passes to Red Hot. Stripped it away.
아, 진짜 패스 좀 빨리 하라니까.
Now Curry. His last
골을 겁나 해야죠.
22. Fires from deep. Cans it from downtown. And now
허리 갑자기 또 잘하네.
Well, it looks looks like he has put that rough first quarter in the rear view. He's starting to cook here in the second.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago.
Trying to snap them out of this little slump.
This feels like the basket is looking awfully small to them right now. They're having a hard time getting anything to fall.
White, he's checked in for the Warriors. The pass to Hutchison. Over Thompson. And no good. Trying to use the glass. Warriors leading by 9. White drives in, and White slams it in.
Well, you have to appreciate the willingness of Klay Thompson to move the basketball. How pretty is that, guys?
And a special thanks to our guest, Bill Simmons. Always a compelling discussion, and I hope we can continue.
Please, I'm available. Just call me. I'm ready.
I will.
All right,
There's your number right here.
Yes, you have my number. Call.
Doris, you read most reporters, they try to stay impartial, but not Bill Simmons.
I think that's what makes him special, Kevin, right? He has his own lens through which he sees things, and he is unafraid to give you his opinion.
Green is checked in for the Warriors. Lee comes in for Steph Curry. Then for the Bulls, Markkanen, he's checked in for Wendell Carter. Porter comes in for Chandler Hutchison. And Chris Dunn subbed in for Valentine.
야, 쟤네 엄청 못하던 애들인데.
Offensively here in the second.
Dunn passes to Red Hot. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Red Hot's got 6 in the quarter.
Yeah, that's just a nice pass. This was one of college basketball's premier playmakers. Dunn showing great vision.
Here's White. Here's Looney. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
To me, Greg, this is a common theme that's running through the league right now. Guys looking to leak out rather than box out.
Here's Dunn. Here's Red Hot. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots. 26 seconds left to play here in the half. And White kicks to Thompson. There's 14 seconds left now here in the second. Just 5 to shoot. The 3. Another
와,
3
쟤네 아까는 그렇게 못 넣더니.
Yeah, that's almost unfair. This guy steps across the half-court line, and you've got to guard him from that spot.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors. Enjoy.
팀 벗어나니까 잘하네.
We'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
계속 남을 걸 그랬나?
Heads up, let's get this done. Che, you heard what Coach said. All right, we see your effort out there. All right, just keep doing what you're doing.
Me, man, I want to win.
팀이 너무 안
We all wanna
좋아요.
win. All right, but the only thing you can control is you. All right, so just give us a half like you just did, and whatever happens, you know you didn't cheat it. That's all you can do. All right. All right.
Here we go now.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be
팀이 너무
competitive.
못한다는
And it
걸
probably has to happen
보지도 않아
quickly.
보네.
You know, Red Hot has really been making it happen, guys.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
Curry and Clay, the Splash Brothers, in the backcourt.
야,
Green
잘했다.
down low with Looney. And it's Wiggins in at the 3. That's the Warriors' 5. Or sometimes what was once considered a negative becomes a positive. For example, tweeners are now looked at as very valuable assets and very versatile assets.
Yeah, Kev, no doubt. Think about how much the game has changed for players like Draymond Green, who was so integral to the success of the Golden State Warriors. Here was a young guy who was considered at one point coming out of college for the power forward and center spot. Too small to play the position. But as the NBA has downsized, as it's gotten smaller and faster, Draymond Green can be as important as any other player on a roster.
Bulls trail by 10. Let out the pass to Dunn. Here's Hutchison.
빨리.
Down low.
아, 패스 왜 이렇게 안
And here
해주는
we
거야?
go.
쟤네.
Fast break. Wiggins has got it. Rebounded by Red Hot. Red Hot's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Boy, that makes him 0 for 3 to start the second half. Not the start you were hoping for here.
And Coach Jim Boylan agreeing to a multi-year extension with the Bulls this summer, Greg.
And taking that interim tag off his title as head coach, Boylan, with over 30 years of coaching experience, afforded the opportunity to
9점 차까지
continue
따라왔네요.
developing this young core.
It's Curry outside.
그렇지.
Carter pulls
스테판
it in.
커리 또
Carter's got
삽질해주고요.
his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Red Hot the pass to Carter.
아,
This is from
카터.
short
이거
range.
Boy,
진짜
that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
Curry on the wing. Dunn covering. Here's Wiggins. And the Warriors miss again. Bulls trail by 9. Inside, here's Red Hot. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Red Hot's got 5
와,
points now in the
7점
quarter.
차까지.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Timeout called the Warriors. Well, you just watch Levine play, and you can see the athleticism he possesses. Greg just explodes anytime he wants to.
And guys, with Levine, the speed and first step have always been there for him. But you can see the strength he's added to his game.
제발 따라가라. 아, 더 벌려놨어.
Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. Passes it to Red Hot. Here's Hutchison.
빨리.
Pass to Carter. Dunn left side. Shot clock at 5. And Looney sends it back. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will retain possession. And it's the Bulls with the ball. Trailing by 17.
Well, after hitting 1 triple in the first half, it's been all radio silence since.
So the Bulls 5 right now. Dunn and Levine are the guard set. Red Hot is out there with Wendell Carter. And it's Hutchinson in at the small forward. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Carter on the wing. And it's Looney with the rebound.
쟤왜 저런
Looney's
행동을
got 6
해야지?
rebounds here tonight. Outside for Curry. A three-pointer, no good.
Well, this has not been his finest hour, but give your teammates some credit for doing the job of stepping in.
Pass to Hutchison. For 3, Levine. It's
와,
rebounded
얘네
by
나한테
Golden
아예
State.
패스를 안 해주네.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Now here's Curry. He's guarded closely. Looney. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Well, you have to be a fan of the way Kevon Looney plays, the former UCLA Bruin. He puts in the work on the defensive end, Doris, and it shows.
No doubt, he has evolved to be the kind of player who is often asked to guard the wings, sometimes even point guards. Just think back to last
와,
year's
진짜 안
playoffs.
주네.
He had to guard the likes of James Harden, Kawhi Leonard, Kyle Lowry. This guy is so gifted as a defender, and he's only getting started.
Yep, that one goes.
Now, Zach LaVine is a solid passer. This guy entered the league as a point guard, puts it on the money there.
Curry outside to the inside. Thompson. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
This is a textbook example of playing the possession and not the score. This team is doing a great job continuing to execute.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. The last summer, Greg, was supposed to be a large courtship for Klay Thompson. The injury, though, kind of changed things in his free
20점
agency.
차이.
It didn't take long for him to re-sign with the Warriors. I think as soon as the team offered him a max deal, he signed.
레이커스로
Looks like the
트레이드를 해야 되나?
Splash Brothers will be together for quite some time.
Here's Hutchison, covered by Wiggins, and some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Done outside. Hiring college basketball coaches has been kind of hit or miss, Doris. Why do you think that's so?
Well, obviously, coaching in college and coaching in the NBA are drastically different.
Here's Harrison. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. It was a
답이 없는데 이거.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony.
Hey, Jay, need you to do some press.
Okay, cool.
Great, just take your time, stop by when you're done.
All right, see you in a sec.
Thanks.
Che, any comment on the rumors you've asked for a trade? Surely you've seen the stories by now.
No, I got no comment on that.
Are you happy here?
Yep. Is that all? Is that it? Is that it? All right. Great. Thank you.
어떻게 알았지?
Thanks, Che.
내가 생각하고 있다는 걸?
So, Jay, what went wrong tonight?
I mean, yeah, Ted. This is a tough one, man. Didn't seem like we could get it going on either side of the ball. Offensively, there was no rhythm, no pace whatsoever, man. Defensively, we weren't even communicating out there, you know? And that's on me as much as anyone. So, yeah, when you struggle on both sides of the ball like we did tonight, we're gonna get whipped, plain and simple. And all we can do is just learn from it and move on. I'm sure we'll do better in the next game.
All right, Che, you remember Reese from Gatorade?
It's nice to see you again, Che.
Nice to see you too, you know, and I'm really excited to learn more about this GX thing.
Totally. Did Levi fill you in?
You know, a little bit, but I still need more information on it, to be honest with you.
All right, well, I'll just give you the full picture. Gatorade is launching Gatorade GX. It's our new hydration system, and everything about it is completely customizable.
What? I'm with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can design the bottle however you want. Name, number, team colors, all that sort of stuff. And then we have the GX pods, which are basically just a concentrated pod refill. You put that in the top of the bottle, fill the bottle up with water, shake it up, and you're good to go.
I like that.
So you ready to design your own bottle? Customize
Yeah, let's do it.
Here you go.
Let's do this.
We'll call it the Che.
이름은 슬램덩크로 하자. 말강이지. 골든 스테이트로 다시 돌아가? 아, 레이커스에 가야 되는데. 일단 가봅시다.
And the game arrivals sponsored by Express. Dress like a pro. The bustling city of
둘 다
Portland,
7승
Oregon. This
12패.
is the backdrop for our Here we are in November, and let's
여기서
see how
이기면
things are going
트레이드
out east in
신청하지
the early
않겠어요.
season. And we've got time. Well, I like that story, David, and a good attitude. Great job. Thank you so much. Two struggling teams with frustrated players. Brent, when you were playing, did you have any kind of trick for kind of getting out of that malaise, that trough?
Sometimes for individuals, you have things that you've gone to in the past, whether it was through your high school career or your collegiate career. The interesting thing about a team dynamic, Kevin, is how do you do it collectively? And so the best way is to try to find something that you can do to step away from the game, get your mind onto something else, try to normalize an experience throughout the year.
Like what? Can you give me an example?
Well, maybe something where your team goes out to go see a movie together, or on the road you go somewhere to a museum, or I know it sounds silly, but any time that you have that kind of away experience and you come back in, the perspective on the next game changes.
쟤는 그래도 좀 하는 애 아닌가?
Now let's take a look at the Bulls opening lineup. Levine at the 2 with Porter at the 3. Red Otto's out there with Wendell Carter. And it's done in at the 1 spot. And for the Trailblazers, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Anthony out there with Trevor Ariza. And it's Whiteside in at the 5. And it's Anthony with the ball for the Trailblazers. There's the pass to Ariza. Lillard with it. Portland moving the ball around. McCollum passing to Lillard. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. Lillard's got 6.
Well, if you go to Lehigh, of course, you're going to make smart plays. McCollum good at sensing when his man was going to be wide open.
Dunn kicks to Porter. Lets it go from deep. They get it again on the wing. Levine. Another shot. Good on the jump shot.
He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players, Kevin, playing today can do.
Little over a minute 30 into this first quarter. Lillard attacking. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Yeah, it's 7'1", and with the type of length that Whiteside has in terms of his vertical reach, so hard to stop on the inside.
To the middle. Here's Red Hot. He dishes it to Carter. And Anthony sends it back. And he's able to get it back.
카터 주니어 저걸
McCollum with the
카터
ball.
얼마나 못한.
He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Oklahoma City.
His passing, another high point in that game. He made sure it wasn't all about him. He wanted to get his teammates involved.
Red Hot and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Well, 2 seasons ago, the Blazers were swept in the first round, and something in the scarring of that kind of outcome has stayed with them, both Terry Stotts and their starting backcourt, to kind of fuel their fire to make the type of strides that they have in the past couple seasons.
Now here's Lillard. 6 points for him. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
Now here's a memo. You have to box out Whiteside or he'll burn you with the putback jam.
Levine feeling it out a bit. Done outside. Shot clock at 6. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
이거 트레이드 신청각인데.
For the Blazers, the continuity has been part of what's made them so good, and that includes keeping Terry Stotts as their head coach.
Yeah, it's interesting to think about Terry Stotts being the 4th longest tenured coach in the league. This will be year 8 for him in the.
오, 한 점 차.
Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone.
한 번 더.
Pass to Trent. This one for 3. That's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the field.
Such a luxury to have McCollum be able to play both guard spots. So not just a scorer, solid passer too. About 3 assists for his career.
Taking a look at the Bulls. We've got Otto Porter Jr. Wendell Carter is out there with Red Hot. Then there's Valentine. And it's Levine in at the point guard position. Quick shot there, and it's off target.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
The shot's good from Red Hot.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
McCollum passes to Ariza. Over Porter. Right side trying to break free.
그렇지.
Ariza no luck. Bulls have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter.
Well, Portland being up there in the PNW, that's the Pacific Northwest, always means a lot of air miles. Matter of fact, they lead the league pretty much every year in distance travel.
And the call will be against Red Hot. That's his first foul.
제때 줬으면은 딱
Quarter 2
득점 되는
and just
건데.
under 2.5 minutes gone by. McCollum, that one no good. Now Chicago takes it the other way. Right, you talk about all that travel for the Blazers. That can wear you down.
Well, interesting. The Blazers have done some particular things off the floor for their players, bringing in UV lights into the locker rooms, coffee before the game. It's very much hipster Pacific Northwest.
Tips it up.
A fundamental footwork and boxing out there that allowed him to rip that ball right off the rim.
Levine kicks to Valentine. That's
그렇지.
good. It's Levine with the assist. Levine's got 3 assists in the game. Ariza outside. Passes it to Trent. Now McCollum. Shot to stop the run. The rebound by Red Hot. Red Hot's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. And Levine, here we go to the paint. Here's Red Hot. The dish to Carter. 1:29 left to play here in the second quarter. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And a chance to take a look at some numbers for Lillard.
And guys, for a measure of how he's performing offensively, look no further than the true shooting percentage. There's been a steady drop in his last 5 games, and he's got to be scrambling now to get that feel back.
Lillard's checked in for the Trailblazers. Chicago also making some changes. Luke Cornett comes in for Carter, and it's done in for Denzel Valentine. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And it's Dunn. And here's the fast break. Dunn leading the way. And Dunn with the
좋아,
slam.
좋아, 좋아. 분위기
If you
넘어왔어.
don't stick with Dunn, he'll burn you. What quickness down the floor.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Picked his pocket. Here's Red Hot. He's got 8. Levine, good.
And this is right around the time when one team might start to pull away.
Yeah, this team is looking to add to the lead, trying to put the other team away, and threatening here.
Mr. Collins.
아, 좋았다.
With some arc, and the layup is good. Collins has got his first bucket in this one.
And with that basket right there, it brings an end to that 12-0 run by the Bulls.
Now done. 8 points his last outing. Young outside. Now here's Levine. And so it's the Chicago Bulls with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third.
이제 시카고 불스의 리더는 강백호가 돼야 될 것 같아.
Killing it tonight, Shay. Thanks, Coach. Love the intensity. You get an open look, keep taking it, all right? That's what I want to see. Stay aggressive.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You know, Red Hot has really been making it happen, guys.
Really impressed with the shot
자, 얘들아,
selection
가자.
through the first half. Just taking what he can get
from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage
치면
shot?
안 되지.
Everything efficient.
아,
A
라미나.
high-powered backcourt pair. Lillard and McCollum. Trevor Ariza out there with Anthony, and it's Whiteside in at the center filling out the middle. So that's who Terry Stotts starts the second half with. And Levine with the slam.
And you can't let Levine get that kind of position. When he does, it is just too easy as he plays above the rim.
Talent coming from everywhere these days, Brent, including the developmental league. The G League has done a wonderful job of watching players develop there and then vaulting them up to the big league.
And I think last year, Kevin, the numbers were that more than half the players in the NBA had spent some time in the G League. You want to talk about that league coming a long way?
What an impact.
Massive.
Yes.
And what you're seeing, too, over the past few years, Kevin, is people doing a great job of using the G League a lot better. Not just experimenting and lab ratting what that team is about, but really well thought out player development.
에어볼 뭐냐. 야, 이거 이겨나는데 진짜.
Now the Trailblazers have shot 5 of 6 at the foul line tonight.
아, 4점 차야.
Nurkic is a double-double machine every night. There's not a lot of teams right now, Kevin, that are equipped on their roster to handle the kind of size that Nurkic can bring.
Nurkic with the block, and the call will be against Red.
대단하다 진짜.
So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. The Trailblazers have put up good numbers at the charity stripe, converting 6 of 7. The points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one. Trailblazers lead by 6. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, Greg, is peripheral vision.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. A moment now to reset the lineups brought to us by Gatorade, all fueled up here for the fourth quarter. So the Bulls 5 right now. Levine at the 2 with Porter at the 3. Red Hat is out there with Carter, and it's done at the 1.
And Kevin, after being unable to find the net in the first half, they sure seem to be a different team here in the second.
Outside, Levine. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
And in flashes, Levine has shown he can be a star. Now, he has to put it all together on a consistent basis.
And so Levine nails both of them. Portland leading by 6. Here is Lillard. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books.
Well, he got off to a terrific start from the perimeter, but in the second half, he can't seem to build on that early success.
Bulls moving the ball around. McCollum against Levine. Over McCollum. Here's Red Hot. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And a better box out saves him 2 points there.
It didn't seem like anybody was really aware there to go and collect that rebound in the possession.
Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. Nurkic with it, now defended by Red Hot, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And it's easy to see why a team would want Ariza on their roster. Makes the right decisions, mentors young players, and is well respected throughout the league. And they're doing a better job of working themselves to the line here in the second half.
Dunn looking over the floor. Teardrop shot. Tries again. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic.
They've cashed in on a lot of second chance
아,
opportunities
자유투 너무 안
here in the
들어가셨어요.
second half. That extra effort will help them cut into this deficit. And forget about the miss for a
뭐지?
moment and focus on the fact that he's done a great job putting pressure on the defense.
And that one drops.
That's tremendous vision on the part of Lillard, just trying to lead the team right now from the point.
Outside, Levine. Now the pass to Porter. Carter at the elbow. Pass to Red. Porter with it. Dishes it to Levine. Clock at 4. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. And it's blocked by Whiteside.
Whiteside, one of the best shot blockers in the NBA. That one's swatted.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Anthony's checked in. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. It's McCollum on the wing, guarded by Levine. Lillard from deep three-point land, and he can't extend the lead to double digits.
I think if I was coaching these guys right now, especially him, I'd tell him, you take one more three-point shot, and we're going to have some conversations here side by
진짜
side.
너무하다.
Reeves the dishes to Lillard. Trains the three-pointer. Lillard's got the lead up to 11 now for the Trailblazers.
Yeah, keep thinking that he can't shoot it from there, and he'll prove you wrong. Lillard lofts one of those high-arching bombs.
Dunn, wide open, he fires harder. That one's off, still out of sync.
Those are chances. Almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Reza passes to Nurkic. Lillard from outside bangs home the trifecta. Lillard's got a couple of three-pointers now in the fourth for the Trailblazers. Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it
시카고
over.
진짜 안 되겠네.
They're trailing by 14. There's a minute 34 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Damian Lillard.
And he's played this entire game on his front foot, Kevin. I mean, driving the lane, going to the rim with purpose, and getting those points the hard way.
The better he played, the more these fans got revved up. And that continued to play out over the course of his amazing performance. To the inside. And it's Whiteside, that time on the assist by Lillard. Lillard's got his 9th assist in the game now. Bulls trail by 16.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for Portland.
Two great rebounding teams.
And these
왜
guys
저러지?
just a little bit harder tonight, and that was the edge they needed.
And with this effort tonight, grabbing their 8th win of the year.
A 2-game season series, they win them both and complete the sweep.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Lillard.
And serving up feeds all night long. He was the best teammate that they had on the floor.
Levine against Anthony. Got a piece of it. And stolen by Lillard. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. McCollum feeling it out a bit. Wants to get it back to Whiteside and does. Anthony right side. Clock at 6. Off the mark from 16 feet out. And stolen by Whiteside. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
This arena was rocking throughout the night. You could really feel the energy.
Yeah, huge motivation. Always great for a young team, but veteran players also appreciate when fans come with that kind of energy and get into the spirit of the game.
And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. Just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And that'll do it, folks. So for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony.
Hey, Che, they want you to do some press tonight.
No problem.
Great.
트레이드 요청해야겠다.
Nice work on the boards tonight, Che.
Oh, right on, thanks.
Why do you think you guys weren't able to pick up the win, even though you gobbled up all those rebounds?
I don't know, man. That's probably a good question for Coach. I'm just working as hard as I can, and whatever happens, happens, you know?
Jay! Hey!
What up, Levi?
This party's crazy! Hey, there's a great spread over there. There's some cupcakes that look like headphones. Highly recommend. The pulled pork sliders, I would avoid.
Right.
It's all over there.
All right.
Don't be shy. Come on, get out there. Everybody's looking for you. Enjoy yourself.
지금 그게 문제가 아니다, 불스야. 자유투를 좀 올려야 되나? 드라이빙 레이업 다 올리자. 아 잠깐, 근거리 슛을 올릴까? 일단 드라이빙 레이업부터 다 끝내고. 트레이드 요청. 미네소타. 순위표. 호네츠. 오, 미네소타 팀버울프스도 잘하네. 아, 시카고 불스. 그래, 아직 4경기 차이니까. 자, 오늘 방송 여기까지 하도록 하겠습니다. 시청해주셔서 감사합니다.